Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday.
Yes,
Joe,
good morning.
welcome.
Good morning. Thank you.
How's your weekend?
For
You've
having
been told you I was discombobulated. I haven't even shut my phone off here. I gotta
me.
people the minute you go live, people like hitting you up. You know what I'm saying? So anything good? Good trades this weekend? Any updates?
Yeah,
What's
this
going
weekend
on?
was pretty good. It started out kind of boring, but of course, we're very patient. And then the trades started coming to us, and then we entered some trades and did pretty well.
Excellent. I saw your video you posted this morning, kind of the recap video. I thought that
Oh,
was
okay.
really good. People should definitely go and check that out. Link to Joe's channel is always in the description. So go ahead and check that out. Did you want to toss out anything about that? Get people over there?
So this week we're doing Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm still kind of changing times around. But this week it's going to be Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do 1 free hour of mentorship. Of course, we go over Bitcoin, we go over your coins, we go over chart setups. My main thing is to teach you how to fish. So that's what I really want to do. But I posted that video this morning, and we'll see how it does. We'll see.
Yeah, go check it out, guys. It's a good recap. It gives you some good information, and Joe points out, you can learn by just being here for the hour, but you can learn quicker
Right.
over here, and it's like that with a lot of things, right? It all depends where you're focusing, that kind of thing. And I don't know about you. I got a busy week this week. Are you joining me Wednesday? You gonna be here Wednesday? All right, there we go.
Just
We'll
remind
talk
me on
more
Tuesday.
about that toward the end here. It's going to be a heck of a roundtable.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah, same. I am stoked. I'll let you know who's coming as we get further in. Automatic Beats in the house. Good morning, sir. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Let's make this thing happen. Chris Hanley in the house also. Welcome, Chris. Appreciate you being here. All right. I guess we should probably kick this thing off, right? We're sitting here just shooting the shit. Okay. I wasn't originally, and matter of fact, this link is not even in the, I'll put it in the live chat because it's not in the description because I wasn't even planning on using it. It actually came out this morning, hit my email. Anthony Pompliano, anybody in the Bitcoin space or hell, the cryptocurrency space probably knows that name. He's on, CNBC and MSNB, MS, you know what I'm trying to say. All those nice shows all the time, advocating for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. He put out a newsletter about Bitcoin and its volatility, and it's an audio letter. And so I thought maybe we would start there and kind of talk about that. We'll, certain points, Joe and I will give you our 2 cents for what it's worth. But let's start with that. Here we go. I'm gonna bring this up on the stage so you can listen. There's a couple of charts he references. I tried to clip them, so we'll try and bring those up while he's going. So, all right, let's start this puppy off.
Good morning, everyone. I was interviewed by Fox Business's Charles Gasparino yesterday at the 10X Wealth Conference in Miami, Florida. One of the topics we spent time on was Bitcoin's volatility. This is a common critique used by traditional market participants, but those critiques led me to think more deeply about the pros and cons of Bitcoin's volatility. I should start by saying young investors today should be known as the volatility generation. They seek out volatility more than those who came before them, while also being blessed to live in a time where financial markets are highly volatile.
Okay, that was the first thing to me that I thought was like news, like that younger generations are seeking out the volatility. I mean, you've got people who come and want your, training and stuff like that. I don't know what your age range is, Joe, but do you see that right now, like in your group?
Yes and no. Yes, because, you can make money faster. No, because, you can lose money faster. But I think today's, the people that are coming in, they hear all the stories of, somebody put in $1,000, a week later it's 100,000. So that, in my opinion, is why they want that volatility. But they don't want it, if they put 100, it goes to $3. They don't want that part.
Yeah, and I think he talks about that in another minute here, but you're right. I don't know. I found it interesting that they're, the younger generation kind of playing Russian roulette with volatility kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Anyway, let Pomp keep going here.
Volatility is not good or bad. People like volatility when it goes in their favor. Example, you're holding a stock and the stock is volatile to the upside, and they hate volatility when it goes against them. Next, volatility can have a profound impact on individuals and their financial life. Take U.S. housing priced in Bitcoin. We've seen a 99% reduction in the last 8 years to home prices when they are denominated in the digital currency. A self-described macro nerd and capital market enthusiast.
Oh, crap. So much for that. I was trying to show the chart. You can still hear everything, right, Joe?
No. Yeah, well, of course, we'll be showing the Bitcoin chart.
Well, I'm trying. Yeah. I'm trying, but it's not working. What? Okay. I'm going to give up on that because say la.
And if you're here, guys, definitely smash the like. That does help support
for
the
5
channel.
years, 267.
I'm sorry. What was I frozen or something?
I don't think so. I was looking at I wasn't looking at your picture. I was looking at the thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm gonna pull it back. And I apologize for the choppiness there. I was actually trying to bring up the chart that Pompliano was talking about, but for some reason, it does not want me to. It won't let me pull it up right now. So, sorry. I tried. But I'm sure you've heard this, Joe, where he's talking about like how it used to be so expensive to buy a house in Bitcoin if you were using Bitcoin as the purchasing item versus USD, and now it's just the reverse. Right. You got USD housing prices to $500,000, but instead of like 60 Bitcoin to buy it, it's now 6.
Right.
Big
yeah,
difference.
I've seen those on X, and it's just to make because of inflation and because of what Bitcoin's doing. So yeah.
Yes,
it's a really big eye opener.
It is because that's when people start going like, "Huh, really?"
Wait a minute.
Yeah. That it doesn't seem right for those who are used to U.S. dollars. Always, you need 2% inflation. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't actually. Techman in the house, welcome. I just want to catch up real quick on the chat here. Well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate you always being here. Let's see. What else we got? That's it pretty much. These guys are going back and forth on the chat. All right, we'll let that go. All right, I'm going to let Pomp go a little bit more. We're about a third of the way through here.
10,000, and for 10 years, it'd be $782,000 per Bitcoin. However, the current 4-year compound annual growth rate is 50%, which is obviously better than the 24%, which was the worst. So Bitcoin's price, if it was to return 50% annually and held for the next 4 years, would be $461,000. For 5 years, it'd be $691,000. And if Bitcoin was to return 50% annually and held for 10 years, it would be $5.2 million per Bitcoin.
I'm sorry. Those numbers are just insane.
Yeah.
Those numbers are, or I mean, are they possible? I suppose anything's possible, right? But like just to try and wrap your head around those kind of numbers when we're sitting here still sub 100K.
Right.
Wow. That's all I got for that. It like blew my mind listening to this.
These numbers are wild to think about. Yeah. Bitcoin would end up being between $782,000 and $5.2 million in the next decade, according to the worst compound annual growth rate or the current compound annual growth rate. I'm not predicting either of those prices, but rather explaining what the data says. Now, here is the most interesting question. Will the compound annual growth rate of Bitcoin slow down or accelerate in the coming years? You can see in the chart below that the compound annual growth rate has been dropping since 2016. The easy answer is that an asset's compound annual growth rate will drop as the assets get bigger. But there are 2 data points that are worth considering for the counter argument: investor interest and the size of capital pools. On the investor interest side, Wall Street Journal's Gunjan Banjari.
I'm gonna hold that there for a second, and honestly, maybe we'll break it there and then kind of get going right now. But what do you think, Joe? I mean, do you see as we go forward increased volatility or like reduced volatility as we start moving, 2025 and beyond?
That's a difficult question. I would like to see decreased volatility, and not so much of stablecoin, but like we won't. I mean, as it is right now, I mean, we're used to like 3%, 5%. Like those are big moves, but a dump is like 15, 20%.
Right.
I believe that, the more people that are in it and the more people that are holding it and, just buying and selling, I don't think that we'll see, the 20% drops, 25% dumps in, 10 years from now. It's going to be kind of
I
like the
agree.
stock market in a sense, to where if we go down 3-4%, it's like, oh no, what's going on? But if it's 25%, I don't think we'll see that.
I agree. I think that as Bitcoin becomes just more and more scarce, that's going to just kind of level out that volatility. Even if you were to have like a whale sale or
Right.
something like that, in my opinion. I mean, and frankly, I think that's kind of what they want, right? I mean, they most of these Wall Street investors, that kind of thing, is to have that kind of more, like you said, not necessarily a stable coin, but like, okay, decreased volatility from what we
Right.
see now, Crypto Candy in the house. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you being here. Alexander, haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate you being here. All right. I appreciate it. Let's see. Anybody else? Boom. All right. Awesome. Appreciate everybody kind of jumping in. And again, I know that we're bouncing around a little bit, but we're gonna get into the Joe, did you take your medicine?
Yes.
Okay.
Every Monday.
Okay.
Like,
I'm just double checking because US debt just hit another milestone. That's pretty aggravating, quite frankly. All right. So again, if you're just jumping in, make sure you hit that like button. Appreciate that. Smash it up. Subscribe if you're new, and share it out, because again, trying to grow the channel. We got some good stuff coming up this week. We're going to talk about that at the end of the stream. Joe's going to be there, and some other people that I think you'll be pleasantly surprised are going to be jumping in on that stream. But we'll call Pomp off at this point. But what we're going to do is I guess jump into the debt as it is. All right, so here we go. Last week when Joe and I were here, this is what the debt was looking like. There we go. Let me make that full screen so it's a little bit easier to see there. So we were at 35,000. Don't I wish? 35 trillion 989 billion. Okay, so we were tickling on that, $36 trillion door. Well, guess what? We have kicked over that $36 trillion door. Here we go. Here is where we are at right this minute, clicking away ever so feverishly. 36 trillion 9 billion dollars. That is,
now I have a question. Is this number for each week, how it goes up so many, billions or whatever?
yes.
Is this number this week less billions than the previous weeks? Have you noticed a reduction? I know that Biden,
since the election, yes.
It has
since the election, yes.
Good. I know Biden. He went to where did he go? Jamaica or somewhere where he was like doing the rainforest or
yes
or something. And how many millions or trillions or whatever it's like, dude, like you're gonna be out of office in just a little bit, but yet you're still spending money that you don't need to spend.
Thank you. But I mean, hey, he's a grifter anyway. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's a grifter as far as I'm concerned. Obi-Wan in the house. Maybe Joe will talk about that as we get into the charts. We're working our way there. Personally,
just remind me.
Yes. Personally, I'll give you my short answer. Yes. But Dave P in the house. There you go.
Dave P, Obi-Wan. Appreciate you guys.
Yes. Appreciate the support. All right. Yeah. I can't look at the national debt anymore. I just can't. All right, let's take a look at the fear and greed index. Now, I mean, the fear and greed index right now, we're talking extreme fear. We're at 83 here. And this resets in about 8 hours, but we were much higher. I mean, we were over at 90 according to this. I mean, so we've seen a bit of a pullback, and I'm guessing my opinion. Tell me what you think, Joe. Due to the weakness-ish we're seeing during this price discovery phase on BTC. No? Yes?
Yeah, I agree.
You agree? Okay. Hey, I don't mind people saying you're an idiot. Feel free. It's all
Oh no,
it's
I
all
speak
good.
my mind. I'm sure you know that by now. I speak my mind.
I do know that.
Yes.
I do know that. But I mean, what do you guys think? Tell us in the chat. But listen, I think we're going to see this again. My opinion was here we go. Not financial advice, yada, yada, yada. I think we're going to see this start to trickle down over the next week or so. I mean, bar some major event that throws Bitcoin up over 100K or something.
Right.
What do you think about that, Joe? Am I
I
way off
agree.
base or what?
Yeah, I actually there was I don't know if I still have it up, but there was a post on X. Let's see here. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that.
Okay.
There was a post on X in reference to Vladimir Putin that he announced to use nuclear weapons if a mass missile.
Oh,
Have you heard about that?
yes.
So that
Yes, I saw that.
so that was 16 hours ago. But I was looking at Bitcoin and I'm thinking, oh well, maybe that's why Bitcoin's coming down. And nope, Bitcoin was going down and started going up again. So, but I mean, maybe something like that could also make the stuff go down. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, you got FJB telling them to, Ukraine to launch missiles. Basically, he's trying to start World War III. He doesn't give a shit. He's out in like 60 days, whatever the hell it is. So let's not get me going about that. I'll be needing your medicine at that point.
Right.
I'm sorry, I can't sometimes. All right. Alexander saying alts are getting started up. Yes, but I still think personally, I think they're still going to bleed a little bit before we see some real pumps. But that's just me. And we'll let Joe give you the 2 cents here. But let's start off with Bitcoin. What do you say, Joe?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, it's all you, brother.
All right, very good. So this is Bitcoin on the 1 hour time frame. Yesterday's live stream, price action was down here, and I said, more than likely, hopefully, nobody knows what's going to happen, but the price may come up here based off the information that we have to the left, to where we may get stopped right around this area based off of the previous support resistance levels, come down, come back up based off of the other support resistance levels, right around this area, come down, and then this right here is going to be our pretty much pivot point to see if in fact we're going to maybe bounce off of it or if we're going to break through it. And of course, if I was any other person on YouTube, I told you so. I mean, you cannot get this any more perfect. It went up, it came down, or came down a little bit, went up, came down, and then it broke down. And this is something I was mentioning. But again, if I was any other YouTuber, I told you, this is what I said. If they have groups or not, if they have groups, then join my group. If they don't have groups, make sure to follow me every day, because nobody knows what's going to happen. And this is just based off of the stuff off to the left. And all this stuff I show you how to do. But, when it does play out, I look like a genius. Am I a genius? No. I will tell you right now, no. This is just higher probability that it might happen like this. And it just happened to play like this. So here it
Joe,
did break. Yeah.
Could I just ask, you said this is a 1 hour chart?
Yeah, 1 hour chart.
Okay, thank you.
So, and then one thing also, if you're ever unsure of the time frames, I have a watermark here, which is sometimes obscured by, the price action. But if you come over here to the upper left-hand corner, you'll see the intervals. So it's 1 hour here. And then I believe, yes, you can see it right here. It's highlighted. But,
it's just so small, my old eyes can't see it.
Yeah. So, and this is the reason I put these numbers larger, because before the numbers were this. So, I mean, that's pretty tiny. So now I have it to this whenever on YouTube, to where it's a little bit larger. But yeah, so this was our level that we really needed to either bounce or break through to kind of see what's going to happen. I did a video this morning for the VIP group, basically just explaining this again and showing that right now, based off of the entire move, let me show you the entire move. The entire move starts from down here. This is the trend, where the trend started. This is the low, this is the high. So based off of that, if we pull back 15%, it'd be okay as long as we produce a wick. A wick to where at least this green box. If we don't produce a wick and we continue going up, when we do come down, then we're going to come down nice and hard. However, do I think we're going to go and make a higher high? I really don't. I think that, well, right now it's kind of the deciding factor. And I mentioned this in the group to where I made a video saying we could possibly bounce off of this 15% retracement from, the actual pool. We could bounce from here. If we do come lower, this is our zone that we have a pretty good chance of bouncing from. It's just 88.7, 89.1, just due to this wick. Now, if we break through this zone, and this is how we do it, we just do level by level. You don't ever want to try to say it's going to do this because, again, it can change at any moment. This is our next level of support. If it breaks this support, and again, it's due to these wicks, this is a lot of buying pressure. And this support level is between 86.6 and roughly 85.2. If it breaks this level, now, not looking good for Bitcoin, not looking good for alts. I think the alts could retrace a good 20-25% minimum, because if we break this level, now we're coming down more than likely to the 4-hour fair value gap, also the daily fair value gap. I don't think it's going to break below and get to our other areas of our fair value gaps and our order blocks. I don't think it's going to come down this low. I'm hoping the lowest we go is 76.4. But if this does happen, if we do break this green zone again, now we're on the 4-hour time frame. If it breaks this level of these wicks, the buying pressure, expect a higher possibility of it coming down here and then also down here. And if it does come down here, it's a nice healthy retracement of 50%, which this is ideal. If it goes 50%, 75%, and then continues up, man, this is now all-time high. If we come down here, the next moves, I'm going to say load up. Again, not financial advice. Yeah, you already have it. I was checking. Did you have the not financial advice?
Yeah, it's down there.
So if we do come down here to the 50% mark, so right around 80-ish, if we come down here, start packing your bags, guys. Start packing your bags. Start loading up. Not financial advice. Start loading up, because more than likely it's going to be time for us. I don't want to say ever, but I seriously doubt us ever seeing 70K, 80K again, because from here it's just coming up, down, up, down. We will have retracements, and because of that, we're going to have our alts doing fantastic numbers. Now, I seen this playing out. So if we do get to here, I'm guessing probably, I don't want to say as early as midweek, but maybe midweek to late this week, we might come down here, if we're coming down to this area this week. And then the following weeks will be here and here, which would now put us in December, and hopefully we have a December rally. But only time will tell. But I do like how Bitcoin's looking. Right now, of course, we're in some trades, and they're doing fairly well. I also made a video. I'm always doing videos for the group. I also made a video saying that right now, it looks very, very odd. Some alts on the 4-hour time frame, and I'll put this on the 4-hour time frame as well, some alts aren't doing so hot. And some alts, so what I mean by that is the alts were kind of following Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going green, they're going green. Bitcoin had a pullback. Some of them had a pullback, and others right now it's literally a 50-50. Some of them in the past 8 hours, 12 hours, they're actually going up when Bitcoin's coming down, but not going up a lot. They're barely going up.
That's funny.
And some of them,
You're answering a question I was just about to ask about a decoupling. So thank you.
And some of them are going down, and Bitcoin's going down. And so what I do literally all day long, I'm looking at these charts. Do some charts move without me, noticing? Yes, of course, because there's so many charts, and I'm keeping up with so many of them, and of course updating the group, answering DMs, making thought process videos, the whole nine. But here's the thing: when Bitcoin generally goes up, your alts will go up. When Bitcoin generally goes down, your coins will come down. And then, like you mentioned, sometimes they'll decouple, and it's just because these lower market cap coins, because Bitcoin's huge, but these lower market cap coins, if they're breaking out a support line, trend line, whatever it is, other people will see that, and then of course you have these groups that have multi-millionaires in there, whales, and they'll start buying that coin because that group's pumping it, and then that coin will move regardless of what Bitcoin's doing. So that's my thought process on Bitcoin. I do think if it comes down, that we might see this area late this week, mid to late this week. I still want it to come down. I want it to come down so that we can get a further discount, because right now we are so close. I cannot stress that. We are so close to seeing 30, 40% and be like, oh man, I only got 40% on this coin. Man, yeah, disappointed because you're only getting 40% because
How
you're
sad is
used
that, right?
you're used to 60 and 80%. Now, here's the trick, guys. Here's the trick. Hold your coins as long as you can. Hold them. If you're up 30, 40% and you see it coming down, okay, it's coming down, have your stop loss, of course, in profit by this time. And then as the price starts coming up again, okay, move up your stop loss a little bit more. And then, once it breaks that level, if you want, you can take a little bit out, 10, 20%, not financial advice, and let it run. Let it run, because there's a lot of coins that if you were in, and I really dislike doing this part, because this is what everybody else does. If you were to have bought a certain coin 2 weeks ago and just held it, you'd be up significantly. And I really hate, because all these influencers. I was talking about Ondo back in January 1894, and you'd be up. What? Yeah, and they all do that. But
They do.
Yeah, but for me, what I do is I show you the reality of trading. I show you my experience, and that's one thing that's really important. Because you can't get this stuff from a website. But that's all I got.
I agree. Well, I'd like to bring this up. Chris Hanley put this comment in here as you were talking earlier while you were talking about support levels. And he says that obviously they're shaky with institutions in the game, harder to actually predict or guess what's going to happen every day. I don't know. I personally, again, I don't trade every day anymore. So tell me, again, speak your mind. But
Chris,
I think it helps. Am I wrong?
It depends. So for Chris, if it's a larger market cap coin, there's less volatility to begin with. And then, of course, if you have big institutions, getting to those coins, it helps the coin, in my opinion. Yep. Now, if you're looking at lower market cap coins, and of course, for me, I always love giving the definition of the words I use, because lower market cap, well, what is that? Now, let me go look it up. Spend 45 minutes and find 10 different sources. For me, a lower market cap coin is anything under 500 million. That's a lower market cap coin. A mid cap coin is anywhere from 500 million to a billion. A larger cap coin is a billion to maybe 10 billion. A very slow mover potentially could be anywhere from 20 billion on up. Now, can the 20 billion market caps move 20% in a day? Yes. I've seen it happen time and time again. That was one of my biggest downfalls, was I wasn't posting these amazing charts that were, 20 billion and then some, but they were moving 14%, 20% in one day. It's like, man, So now, of course, when I do post, I let them know. It's like, okay, this one may take a little bit longer to move, but because I like my trades happening 3 to 5 days. 3, 5 days, boom, done. In and out. But these lower market cap coins, this is where you're going to see more volatility, and this is where you're going to see to where and I call it hyper reaction. They will hyper react to what Bitcoin's doing. If Bitcoin moves a little bit down, because of the volume that the coin has, low market cap coin, you might see a significant drop. Bitcoin drops 2%, that coin may drop 12, 15%.
Okay.
So,
I mean, that all makes good sense to me. Chris is saying, haven't sold anything except a little cast to buy hardware. And you know what? Here's a good point. I mean, he's talking about buying hardware to do mining and stuff like that. And if that's your gig, double thumbs, right? But like I think the bigger point here, and Joe, I hear you say it all the time, is make sure you secure profits. And that basically, to me, that's what Chris is talking about here. He took some profits and now buying hardware with it. So he's reinvesting it, obviously, but
right.
Profits is important. I mean, you want to throw anything out about that? Feel free, Joe. I just,
yeah, because it's really easy to see, you're up 200%, 250, 300%. Man, you're on top of the world. You're seeing your portfolio. It's going crazy. Then from that 325%, it goes to 280. No problem. Then it goes to 260. It's okay. It goes back up to 280. You're like, all right. I knew it was going to bounce. Then it goes to 202. It's like, I'm still up. Then 136. Like, oh, crap. Then 86. Then 24 is like, man, let me just sell it. You sell it at 15%.
Right.
Take your profit. And it really does help because now you can reinvest that into maybe when it dips or into another coin.
Yep. And Chris is saying, following up on it, taking profits, never wrong. Truth.
Right.
That's absolute truth. And especially if you need the money, it's kind of funny. Bedell was actually talking about that on Crypto on the Rocks. For those who don't know, every Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. We got I did it the wrong way. This guy over there.
Yes.
As well as Bedell and a bunch of others. Matter of fact, a lot of you guys that are in the chat right now always jumping in. But he was talking about that. He's like, I needed to get this, that, or whatever. He's like, I had to sell some of my I forgot what he said he sold, but the point is he took some profits.
Right.
That's not wrong. You got to do what you got to do. I've done it. We've all done it.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I will, a pro tip that I'm going to share with everybody here, I would strongly recommend and most people do this, they'll have two thought process. One is an investor, which is the absolute best thought process you can have. And the other one is a trader. So let's say, since you mentioned Caspa, let's say you bought Caspa, you bought $100 worth or 1,000 or 10,000, whatever it is. We'll just say 100, easy math. You buy $100 worth and you have it. And it's going up 80%, 100%, coming down, going up, going down. And then now you get paid again and you have another 100 that you could, trade or invest. And you decide to trade it. So you're trading Caspa because you really like Caspa. You like whatever they're doing. And then you're making 20, 30%. And then when Caspa, it comes down, and this one, your trading account, you took profit. Well, now you have more money. So when it comes down, your long hold bag, now you can get this profit, $20, $40, whatever it is, buy more and put it into your long-term investment. And now you have your $100 again. And now you're trading this when it goes down to 80, goes up to 95, goes down. Now you're taking profit at 70% because it really took off, and now your investment bag is way up here. Now people taking profit, you took some profit as well. It comes down, everything resets, and now you have more money. You get that $80 that you got, and as it's coming up, you buy again for your trade, and this $80 you put back into your investment one. So it's kind of like a savings account. With the profits you're making from your trading account, this one you don't touch. You don't sell it.
Thank you.
This one, your trading account, you sell. You can buy, sell, trade, leverage, whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
But this is your main one. So that at the end of the bull market, Now you've put in, let's say, $700 total. You started with 100, but all the times you won, and of course you lost some, no problem. But you have $700 in here. That's $700 at the end of the bull run because you're letting it ride. Now it could be, 5x, 10x.
Yeah.
So just, and this one, like you're constantly trading, you're in and out trades 3 to 5 days or maybe a week or two. And when it starts finally coming down, you're selling that and you're putting it in there, and then it just keeps on going and going. Now, I don't recommend doing that with a lot of coins. I recommend it doing like 2 coins, maybe 3 max, because then you're going to spread yourself too thin.
Yep. And I really appreciate the fact that you pointed out separate accounts, because sometimes I think people when they're just starting out make that mistake. It's like, it's all right. It'll just go back into this account and I got this account. Yeah, but unfortunately, the likelihood is you're going to sell that savings account out for what you want to trade. And no, keep it separate, man. Keep it separate. And yeah, Chris is right. Sometimes it's tough. Yes. It really is. Yeah. A wall with, exactly. Doge has done some crazy things lately. So I get it.
And in my opinion, Doge is going to just absolutely kill it this bull run. And matter of fact, I made another video today in reference to Doge, and I tell everybody, like, we had a setup. We got stopped out. It's 2%. We're trying to buy, the breakout of a trend line. And, Bitcoin was going up at the time. And I said, guys, we're going to front run it. It's breaking out. It hasn't closed yet, but let's 2% stop loss. So very tight stop loss. We did get stopped out. But in that video, I said, it really doesn't matter what price you get Doge at now, because of Elon, it's gonna, like, if you could only trade one coin, now granted, there's a lot of coins that I absolutely love, I would only trade Doge. I'd put money in it and I'd trade it. Now, of course, for me, higher risk, but I put leverage behind it. So
interesting. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Doge is gonna surprise some people. Let's put it that way. In this bull cycle, I really do believe that. Guys, that's pretty much the stream. I mean, Joe, unless you got any last minute things you want to jump in and talk about real quick.
Just of course, whenever you're trading, know what you're doing, and it's very difficult, especially in the beginning, to know if you're gonna do the investing mindset, a trader's mindset, a swing trader mindset, a scalper mindset. How long can you hold the trade? One of the most frequent questions I get is, should I sell? If you have to ask that question, you're not ready to trade. Right. Start investing in yourself before you invest in the market. Get a mentor. And of course, I do this every day. So, at 12 p.m. this week, Eastern Standard Time, come join me. Ask these types of questions. And it really depends if you need that money to get into another trade, if you need that money to pay bills. For one, you should never need. That's rule number one. You should never need to.
Yes.
If this should be fun money, extra money. This should be like if you're going to go to the convenience store and buy a lottery ticket, that type of money. If you win, you win. If you lose, oh well. You shouldn't need to have this for your light or for your vacation or anything like that. But just be careful. Just know that we're going to make so much money, and I would hate for you to lose money now when if you do really bad this bull run, you're looking at 3xing, maybe 5xing your money. If you do horrible, you're looking at 3 to 5x. If you do good, you're looking at 10x. If you do great, you're looking at over 20x. So just imagine that. You have $1,000. Well, it just went up 10x. So,
Yep. All right, and then the man just told you, 12 Eastern Standard Time. Join them, and link in the description as always. I listen, Joe, I appreciate you being here on Monday mornings. I mean, I know you've got so much stuff going on, so the fact that you take the time out to be here, huge. Thank you.
Yeah, I like coming over here, man. Same thing on Friday nights. Friday nights, Cryptos on the Rocks. We have a blast. It's time to just relax. kick back a couple cold ones, relax, and just talk crypto, talk about whatever, really. So yeah.
Yep. Listen, I want to promote it. I want to take a second. I know we're pretty much done with this this stream here at this point. Hold on one second. I'm missing. Thank you, Automatic Beats. I love this guy. Always take a second to say awesome stream, and I appreciate that very much. But let me before we go. This Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'm doing what I've called a retail round table. Basically, the idea behind it is to, I still believe that there's an opportunity for retail to still front run this market, to still get ahead of Wall Street, as I put it here. Because let's be honest, especially since the Bitcoin ETFs, Wall Street is aping in with regard to Bitcoin, and slowly we're starting to see, we got the ETH ETF here. We've got other ETFs have been filed for other coins. So it's like there's an opportunity here, an opportunity that I think every person can take advantage of. Doesn't matter where you live, and front run this, get the profits from this. Now, for me, my plan is to kind of focus this more on an investor's mindset. You heard Joe talking about trader's mindset versus investor mindset, and for me, this is more investor mindset because I think that's where the bigger long-term gains are going to be, and the hodling of it. But there is intricacies to it. There's different ways to look at it. Like Joe just said, well, you can trade. You got your one account here, and then you take your profits and you move it over here. And that's one way of doing it, but I think there's so much other stuff we can look at, and we can utilize mindset we can utilize in order to make that happen on a grander scale. Just to give you an idea, I'll let you know who's RSVP'd to be part of this roundtable so far. Obviously, wait, I keep doing it. Damn it! Obviously, we got Joe right here, who is going to be part of that roundtable. For those who attend Crypto on the Rocks, we got Bedell. He is going to be part of that roundtable as well. So far, RSVP'd also Crypto Billy is gonna. He got back to me this morning. He is going to be part of that. Army Piper is going to be part of that, and I'm excited about Army Piper, to be quite frank.
He is so smart. It's ridiculous. He
really is, and he looks at that big, huge macro picture, and that's part of what I'm thinking. Like, okay, people need to at least get exposed to that. If not, okay, that's that's too much for you. Okay, fine, but at least understand that this exists, and it's going to influence the markets. So I'm super excited that he agreed to jump in. Also going to have Joel Valenzuela. For those who don't know, Joel is, I did an interview with him. Geez, I think it's January. Oh my God, it's almost a year ago now. The guy has been living on crypto since 2014. Doesn't have bank account. The guy is in it to win it as far as these markets are concerned. He's also the forward face of Dash. So for those who follow my Living on Crypto series, I love Dash. I think it's setting itself up to be the cryptocurrency that you can use to actually live on crypto. So he's already RSVP'd for that. Finally, Daniel Diaz, the executive director for Citizens for Sound Money. He said he's going to join us, although he has a prior engagement, so he may be a little late jumping in there. I'm still waiting on a couple of other confirmations, but if you ask me, that's like a star-studded lineup right there to give the average newbie in the space, here we go. And if you're looking to watch that stream, link is in the description. I appreciate if you are there, because we'll take some, obviously, questions from the chat. But if you could share it out, because we need to get this word out there, folks. We need to get it out there. I get it. Everybody's a little more relaxed. Is that the right word, Joe? Now with this new administration coming in, I don't know. But we don't want that false sense of security either. At the end of the day, we got to be responsible for us, because whether you like Trump, don't like Trump, it doesn't matter to me. He ain't coming to save Joe. He ain't coming to save Keith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, maybe he's going to do great for the country, but he's not coming on an individual level to help you. You got to help you. And I'm hoping that this roundtable is going to be the first step in moving it in that direction. So that's my biggest thing. And of course, we have Matrix Money podcast tomorrow at 6 p.m. But Wednesday is the biggest thing. You're going to see a lot of promotion from me on Facebook, on X. And I'm really going to be pushing it out there. So I'd appreciate the help with that. Okay. Was that long-winded enough, Joe?
It was perfect. And I'm very excited as far as the living on crypto part. I'm very, very excited about that. I think that is something that everybody needs to know. So yeah, definitely tune in Wednesday. It's gonna be epic. So I'm looking forward to it.
Shuby's in the house. I didn't even expect to hear you, Shuby. Yeah, I know you're usually working at this point. Appreciate you checking in. I know you're probably listening in the background there or whatever. And yes, thank you, Tech Man. Yes, bam, hit that like, smash it up. Appreciate that. One of my favorite, real talk. Yeah, exactly. I like the just casual conversation because honestly, that's where you get the gems. If you ask me. Am I wrong, Joe? I mean, you get the gems,
and that's why I love coming here and doing this, because it's like a back and forth. It's just different opinions, and for me, the crypto space needs a lot more of that versus just one person giving their opinion, because somebody else may have a different opinion, and that way the audience knows, okay, well, he thinks this, or he agrees with this, he disagrees with this, and these are the reasons why. So I feel that it's very important. So, and I love coming here and giving my thought process. So, yeah.
Yes. And as far as Wednesday's concerned, I love it. He's saying he thinks Michael Saylor is retail. Well, God bless you. Maybe he is, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, OG, sorry. And yeah, Candy. Yeah, exactly. I don't know about that, but whatever. And hey, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you saying that. Appreciate it. And that's my thought process with regard to Wednesday. We got people who are traders. See, I did it again. We got people who are traders. We got, people who are, just casual crypto people. We got people who have been, financial traders, like for options and stuff like that are coming in. We got people who look at the macro picture, like I was saying, Army Piper, on a daily basis, and how it affects this industry. And we got somebody, and again, I know this is going to be crypto centric, but the reason I asked Daniel Diaz to be there on Wednesday is because it isn't just about crypto that you're going to be able to get these gains, stuff like gold, other commodities. I mean, please. I mean, we've seen the price of gold skyrocket. I mean, in comparison to Bitcoin. Yeah. Okay. But you gotta look, because everybody's risk tolerance is different. You got to look at it from all perspectives. I mean, yeah, well, that's why some people don't trade, right, Joe? I mean, they don't trade because they can't do it.
All I'm going to say is the future looks really, really bright for us.
Amen.
And we're at the right spot, right time. And, stay tuned. Like, we're going to give you more alpha. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a great bull run. And then, of course, this bull run, we're going to make enough money to where we can save it so that we could start buying in the bear market 1 year after the official top. And then next bull run, we're even bigger. And It just gets better and better and better. So right now, I'm super excited. It's going to be great.
It is an exciting time all the way around. And FD White Invest, appreciate you being here.
FD White, what's up, buddy?
And Joel, yeah, I'm sorry. The guy, I mean, he has some kind of racy opinions sometimes. He likes to call them spicy takes on things. And I'm okay with that, because that's the stuff that helps you to think, wow, yeah, maybe, and yeah, you can't just have it. You can't just, like Joe says, you can't just have somebody saying, I told you so. You know what I mean? You need to get that thing working. Compound investments. This is there you go. There you go. Oh, I'm excited. I hope you guys are going to be joining in on Wednesday. But we're going to wrap this thing up. We're almost, over 50 minutes. I love it. Joe, thanks again for being here today. Guys, everybody in the chat, thank you for being here today. Don't forget, on your way out, smash up that like button. And please, if you're new, subscribe. Appreciate that. And don't forget, share this out. Trying to grow the channel. It's slowly going. I'm starting to see a little bit of momentum. So I really appreciate it very, very much. All right, we are out. We'll see you again next Monday. See, I love it. You guys are the best. I love it. Great stream. Thank you. Yes, Candy, I love you, man. All right, we're out. I hope you have a great week. We'll see you Wednesday, 7 p.m. here.
Yes, and I'll see you at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Monday through Friday. I'll see you
God.
there. Thank you guys so much. We're out.
Yeah, I'm popping it right there. I'm so sorry, I forgot about that, Joe. You're up before me at this one. Join Joe at 12. All right, we're out. Later.
See ya.